Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Reno's Old Time Music Festival. And my buddy's here with me this week, and we're going to do some picking and singing and talking. Would you make welcome Mr. J.D. Crowe? Welcome, J.D.
Nice to be here, Ronnie.
Oh, it's nice to have you. I'll tell you what, we can talk for days and days, but we're just going to go back in your career a little bit.
All right.
And first off, I think we ought to just go back to maybe Mr. Jimmy Martin back in them areas.
That is going a ways back.
Yes, it is. Well, that's basically where I think people started recognizing your banjo playing and your hard driving sound with Jimmy.
Probably, yeah, about that time. I joined Jimmy in 1956.
Yeah.
When he was in Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, wow, that is going back.
Yeah, and then I stayed, I think, probably 4 years. Mm-hmm. At one stay, and then one period I left for a while, and I went back with Jimmy for a little while, and then when I left again, you know, I stayed, and then started my own thing going.
Oh yeah, well, what a great time you've had in our music. I think a lot of people, when you say J.D. Crowe, they talk about your right hand being so strong on the banjo. I think that comes a little bit from Earl's area, doesn't it?
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I listened to him. Of course, they were there in Lexington, and I lived there, and they were there for about a year. And of course, they was playing the old barn dance, as they called it back then, every Saturday night. And there I sat on the front row, see.
Oh, so you get to watch him every Saturday night.
But they were the only ones. And meanwhile, I had records of Don Reno and Red Smiley.
Yeah.
I had Max. I had all of those guys back then. But Flat and Scruggs is the only one I could see.
Wow.
And because I was there. And then I went with Mac Wiseman, I think in 1955. Of course, I was just a kid. I thought I knew something.
Yeah, well, you did.
But anyway, that's when I met Don Reno, Red Smile, and the Tennessee Cut-Ups.
Wow. Well, I know Dad thought the world of you, J.D. He was one of the
favorite
mutual.
I also remember you at the Old Dominion Barn Dance.
Well, now that's going back a days, too.
I remember when they used to stand you on the box.
Yeah,
you remember that?
I sure do. That was the best time of my life.
That's right.
I just had a great time back then.
I really enjoyed that. Yeah. I was really getting into that.
Well, I am so proud of you, J.D., because you've always wanted to progress with the music, and you've always wanted to go further than anybody else that I know of. You were the first one that actually started that direction with actually new sounds of acoustic.
Right. I love to play the old stuff. I mean,
I do too.
And I'm sure people that know me know that.
That's right.
But you have to try to do something a little different.
Yeah, well, you always have, and I got to go back to well, you've had quite a crop of pickers with you.
Yes, I have. I've been fortunate.
My gosh. Well, I know you had Ricky Skaggs played with you. Doyle Lawson played with you.
Tony Rice.
Yes.
Jimmy Goodrow, who is now with the Tony Rice unit.
Right.
And, of course, Keith Whitley.
Keith. And didn't Jerry Douglas play with you?
Jerry Douglas worked in that configuration in 1975.
Yeah.
With myself, Skaggs, Rice, Douglas, and Sloan.
What an all-star band.
That was a great
And then
time.
J.D. Crowe on the banjo.
We had a ball, I tell you. It was really a lot of fun.
I know. Well, I mean, you boys, y'all been laying down some sounds yourself back in them days.
Yeah, of course, we were really enjoying it. We were into what we were doing.
You could tell.
And it was kind of a new thing for us, too, to get those things together.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We were having a ball doing it.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're playing. I see you're playing. What's that still on that banjo, J.D. Crowe?
Yes, it does. I finally got my name on a banjo. I can't believe that.
Well, it's a new banjo, isn't it?
It is a new banjo. It's a new Rich and Taylor banjo company that they just recently formed. And this is the J.D. Crowe model, signature model.
It's beautiful, J.D. It sounds great, too.
I was really, for a new banjo, it really does. I was really amazed. I'm glad.
Yeah.
But it plays good. And but it's the old antique gold.
Looks beautiful.
It's aged already, and that's the style I like.
Well, you have taken a little time off here lately, haven't you?
Yes. I sure did.
Would you just say, hey, it's time to just sit back for a minute or two and look and see what I've done and refresh myself?
Well, yeah. Well, like you did, the same thing there.
Exactly.
You have to kind of get away from it.
Right. It all runs together after a while.
Right. And you start getting chest pains and ulcers and everything else.
Well, I tell you what, I'm glad to see that you're back with the great band New South. You're back picking now, and it's
really
nice to have you back.
Enjoying it.
Nice to. Well, Don and Dale and myself are tickled that you come by and sit and pick your banjo with us here on the Reno's Old Time Music
I've
Festival.
enjoyed it very much.